Welcome to the Edward Fowler Show. This week I'm joined by Tommy Merriman. Welcome to the show. He's from XCW in
Thank you.
Indiana. Welcome and thank you for accepting the invite. And you're the first one from
Awesome. Thank you. It's my
XCW.
pleasure.
So tell us about how you got involved with XCW. How did you came across it?
Well, how it all started was with a buddy of mine. Ring name, his name is Psycor. And then he introduced me to Josh Fletcher, Roddy Moore, and all those guys. And it was back in I want to say 2005, and I was like 15 or 16.
Oh, right.
And I'm 20. Yeah, I'm 27 now. So I've been with the company for a while.
Well,
But I just started training a little bit with them and stuff. Man, started doing a lot of conditioning training. Taking bumps. I mean, we've evolved so much. I mean, we went from mattresses to an actual ring, and it's been absolutely amazing, man.
yeah. Well, I enjoyed the mattresses episode, and I'm sure I will enjoy the ring episodes as well, which will be coming out future now.
Yep.
And in the coming weeks. So before you joined XCW, then how did you came across wrestling?
Wrestling. Oh wow, yeah. I've always been a wrestling fan, even from WCW days, ECW days, and the WWF Attitude Era. Growing up, man, one of my favorite all-time wrestlers, was basically probably a lot of us was The Rock. His mic skill. The way that he draws to the crowd, the way that he played to the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been amazing, dude. And WWE now it's all. I mean, you can see everything coming. I mean, it's just scripted really differently. And you're like, oh well, he's gonna do this move off the top turnbuckle, and then 1, 2, 3, or he's gonna move out of the way, hit a submission, boom. It's scripted too well. So
Indeed,
yeah.
it is. Indeed, it is. Well, I hope XCW won't be scripted as that.
Oh no. There's definitely some turns and twists in there that you'll never find out. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. 'Cause that's why it meant to be different and unique to keep the viewers engaged in the product.
Right.
So tell me, who has been your favorite rivalry so far?
My favorite rivalry.
Yeah,
oh,
so
wow.
far.
So far, I would have to say Cena Chris Jones, man. We actually had a skit back in, I'm wanting to say either 2009 or 2010. It was actually one, I'm not saying the best, but one of the best feuds in XCW history, honestly. And I mean, in my opinion, not just because I'm involved, but, it was a really great pleasure working with Chris Jones. And, we had the street fight, man. I got thrown off a roof.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, dude, it was amazing, and he's lit me on fire.
Oh, wow. Getting very dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, there's really not much. I mean, the name explains itself, man. XCW Extreme Championship Wrestling, and just like and for you, Edward Fowler, thank you for taking the time out of your day to make this possible. And the only reason I say that, man, we have people from Canada,
Yes.
Australia. All the way across the West Coast, viewing our shows on YouTube. I mean, we starting to get a little stardom on the whole YouTube,
That's
and
good.
it's really cool. For us just being a backyard company like that,
Yeah.
And it's man. And Josh, he's an amazing guy. I mean, he does all the editing. He puts everything together. The man is a genius. And he's the one that gave me my gimmick. He's the one that created me.
Yeah.
I don't think of XCW as just a backyard company, or just a bunch of guys, getting together performing for people for free, because we do it for free because we don't want to go pro and get the publicity and have the money problems. We do it for the love of the sport.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the way to go around, because then you attract more fans from not just in the area, but hopefully
Right.
around the country, as he said on the West Coast, and hopefully other countries will want to come to Indiana to be a part of XCW.
Yeah.
So what rivalry would you like to have?
I would really, really would like to have a rivalry with Brandon Hobbs.
Okay, how come?
Brandon Hobbs. How come?
Yeah.
He's the man, the myth, the legend, man. It explains itself. I mean, he started out in the indie circuit. He started out as a pro wrestler for NEW, and yeah, man, he was an indie star, and I really don't know the whole situation on him. His dad is a former professional wrestler, and he was basically following his dad's footsteps, but he didn't want to be in his dad's shadow.
Yeah.
He wanted to like branch out and do his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then him having kids, settling down, especially with he has a job on the outside of XCW as well of all of us, and he's just a really good guy, and I mean he's got knowledge. He knows his way around the ring. He knows what he's doing. He knows basically everything, man. And
that's good. Because it keeps you safe. It keeps the rest of us safe.
And that's the main thing, though, man. In any industry, that's one of the things that every either pro or guy in the backyard that's learned stuff from pros, you trust your opponent.
Yeah.
The person that you're working with, you have to trust them 100%, because if not, one of you guys are going to get hurt.
Exactly.
Plain and simple.
Exactly.
It's just psychology, man. It's really cool. But yeah, but for Brandon, me and Brandon work really well together. I mean, we know all of each other's moves. And even when we don't have a script, man, we just wing it, and it still looks amazing.
Yeah. Did you ring it this past weekend?
Yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, it was like a spur of the moment thing, because just this last show that happened yesterday, it was supposed to be a tag team match with me and my partner Kevin Harris.
Yeah, which I promoted on my channel throughout the week, which was shown on the April 15th at 12 p.m. noon. This past Saturday. It was me a tag team match, but I did say card subject to change, and that's the important key. I kept saying, because it could change, and it did.
It did, at the very last minute.
Oh, bit like Vince McMahon then, isn't it? Bit like Vince McMahon move.
yeah, no kidding, right? But what happened is that Kevin Harris had car trouble, and he actually got stuck on the interstate. He had to replace a water pump in his vehicle. And after that, we couldn't get a hold of him. We didn't know where he was. Nobody could go and pick him up or anything else like that. So I sit in the locker room, and here come Brandon Hardcore Hobbs, the XCW Heavyweight Champion, and Mr. Corey Lee, the Salvation, the International Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Came up to me, he's like, "Yo, you ain't got a partner." I'm like, "No." He goes, and I was just on the phone with Harris too. He's like, "Man, I'm so sorry I can't come, man." He goes, "Dude, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to work as fast as I can." And I said, "But I understand." And in my mindset, it would have had to been a handicap match.
Yeah.
2 versus 1, and I was down for it. Because I felt like I could have took those guys. But I mean, it's just Brandon. He's very cocky. Corey Lee, the A-list star, which, oh God, don't even give me a star on Corey Lee. But Brandon was just so confident, And I told him, if you're so confident, there's only 3 of us in this room. So how about this? How about we make it a triple threat match for your XCW World Heavyweight title?
Well, that's a good challenge, I think.
Right. And he accepted it.
Good on him.
Along with Corey Lee. And Oh man. Whew. Not gonna tell you the outtakes.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell us because it's not been uploaded just yet.
Oh no.
Don't spoil it.
Definitely not gonna spoil it. No, but as soon as that video is uploaded, guys, check it out. You know, if you guys love the show, subscribe to it. Subscribe to Edward Fowler, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, thank you.
Subscribe, share with your friends, get the word out. It's a good guy. And like I said, man, this is an actual pleasure, man. Thank you.
Yes, very welcome. And make sure to subscribe to XCW. All their links are in the description below this video. So please do check them out. It's in every video until they decide to say goodbye to me, whenever that will be. Right. But yeah, we don't give any spoilers out of what happened this past show. But what we can do is you can tell us how the last show went. Back in March, I think was the last show. Yes, March 25th. Was you at that show?
Yes, yeah, the reunion show, the Glory show, yes.
Yes, and was it a good night for you at the reunion show, seeing all your old pals for the first time in a few years?
Oh, man. Yeah, it was, it's been amazing, you know, and... But before we talk, you know, about the whole March, 25th, 2017 Glory XCW reunion show, it was the year prior to that is what really hit heart to heart with everybody, even our viewers and our subscribers, man. Because, I mean, we had people comment on there saying, why is it ending? Like, there's stories there that's not even finished. Like, why are you guys doing that to us? And, I mean, I feel so bad, man. But, I mean, it's... I'm not going to mention any names. We got mixed up with a company that, puts thoughts in our minds, and we left Josh high and dry, man. Everybody on the roster just started branching out and doing their own thing, man. And he's like, well, if we can just do one last show, I would greatly appreciate it. And Josh, man, it was over for him. XCW is his baby, man. He's the one. He's one of the founding fathers that created it. And brought all of us together.
About his genius in the backyard industry, there'd be no XCW, there'd be no Brandon Merriman, there'd be no Reaper or the Midnight Angel. So, loads of people who he's helped to create.
Oh, yeah. And see, my thing is, Fletch is like the Vince McMahon of backyard wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, and it's just the stuff that he just comes up with, man. He'll just sit there and just think. And then, I got it. And then he'll just start, I don't know where the stuff's coming from. He starts blurting some of this out, and I'm trying to, I feel like a secretary. I'm like,
write it all down.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get everything down. I'm like, hey, man, you got it, But yeah, dude, Josh is a mastermind when it comes to editing, and screen time, promo shots, all that stuff, man. I mean, he's on point. And see, Josh is one of the biggest wrestling fanatics I have ever seen. Dude, he is like under 10 belts shy of having every belt known to man ever made for WWE. Yeah. I mean, he's got autographs from meets and greets from, Shawn Michaels, Big Show, D'Lo Brown, Stacy Keibler.
Oh, wow, yeah, some classic
moves there. The sky's the limit, dude. I mean, he's an amazing guy. As from, friend to friend, father to father, husband to husband, he's one of my best friends, and I love that dude to death, and I do anything for him. But after the show ended, it really hold on, guys. It really took a it's my kids. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay, you guys stay up there. It really took a toll on a lot of us, man, especially the guys that that couldn't advance, to the indie circuit, and for circumstances I really don't know, but. And then 10, 11 months later, I was talking to Josh. I'm like, man, we should really bring this back.
Yeah.
Because everybody, and see, everybody that branched off, there's only 2 or 3 people that branched out of XCW who are still in training for the indie circuit.
Oh wow!
You know, I mean, it's, I don't know, but but everybody that branched off besides just a select few people didn't make it.
Okay.
But I talked to Josh, and I told him, I said, I can't take credibility for talking to you about bringing it back. He's like, well, you're the reason why we're back. I'm like, no, you're the one that makes the last call, man.
Yeah.
You're the one that brought us back.
Mm.
And I thought, honestly, man, I thought that XCW was absolutely over. Like I was like, damn, man, I got all my gear, and I am not doing a thing. But I mean, wrestling has always been a real big part of my life.
Welcome back to the Edward Fowler Show. I hope you're enjoying the interview so far with Tommy Merriman. We'll get more of his interview in a moment. But first, let's take you back to last Saturday. Fantastic show. It happened at 12 p.m. Eastern on April 15, 2017. The show is now on their YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, check it out. In the description below is their official YouTube channel to watch the latest show and many other shows from the past and present of XCW. But I'm now going to tell you the results from this past Saturday. And if you do not want to know the results, then please do mute your mic and look away now. And here are the results of the past XCW show from April 15th. We have in the first match, you can see James Serbor defeated John Streets in round 1 of the New Age Championship Tournament. DJ Warbird defeated Brandon Stickle in round 1 of the New Age Championship Tournament. Evan Phoenix defeated Grim Reaper. Phantom defeated Dead Darkness. Venom defeated Fletch in round 1 of the New Age Championship Tournament. Billy Nova defeated Stevie Gobble in round 1 of the New Age Championship Tournament. Void defeated Genocide to become the new XCW Extreme Champion. Brendan Hobbs defeated Tommy Merriman and Corey Lee in a triple threat match to retain the XCW Championship. They are the results from this past Saturday. A week on Saturday is the next show of XCW, and the next show is called Shot in the Dark, brought to you by XCW, and this is the official card for the next show. The number 1 contendership for the XCW Championship. If Harris wins, Brendan Hardcore Hobbs versus the Catalyst Kevin Harris. The number 1 contendership for the International Championship. If Tommy wins, Tommy the Man Merriman versus Die Hard Corey Lee. Fletch and Void versus Mr. 187 Genocide. And Kenny Hazard Chaos. And also, you'll get this match. XCW Tag Team Championships are on the line when Stevie Gobble and Evan Phoenix versus Aces High. And then also, you get the XCW New Age Championship Tournament Round 2 featuring DJ Warbird versus Venom with Ivy and the untenable James Serbor versus Billy Supernova and John Streets versus Dragon as well at Shots in the Dark a week on Saturday. Make sure to be there or you could be squared. Right now, let's head back with some more of this incredible interview with Tommy the Merriman. Right now on the Edward Fowler Show.
But like I was saying before, with the end of XCW, there's just a few guys that that pursued their careers, man, and I felt really bad on leaving Josh Fletcher alone because he made me. You know what I'm saying? He I wouldn't say he made me into the man I am today. I have my wife and my kids to thank for that. But XCW, I don't consider it, like I said, as a backyard company, but it's like a second family.
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're always there for each other and stuff, man. Or if we need somebody to talk to, hey man, you got a few extra minutes out of your day, so we can, you know, talk. They would stop what they're doing and be like, yeah, man, what's up? You know, and yeah, March 25th, reunion glory show of XCW.
How was it for you?
For me, it was epic. You know, first time being in the ring in a really long time. Still had everything, man. Everything that I used to do, I still had down pat.
So you have no wash, no ring wash now?
No, none at all.
Very impressive.
Right. Oh yeah, you know. But yeah, the first bout was the 6-man ladder match.
Yeah, on that page.
Yeah. Well, man, it's kind of weird, man, because the night before was the Hall of Fame show.
Yeah, I saw that also on YouTube. Which is on their channel. This is in the description below.
Yep. And what kind of threw me off is when Genocide, Mr. 187, told us that he was retiring. You know, and I'm like, wow, that's something, man. You know, and I was actually talking to him about it, man. And I'm like, you know, well, it was a really pleasure, you know, working with you, man. You know, out of all these years, you know, I said, but we completely understand why. And then the next night, you know, the next day, he comes out, his music is gear, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But quite frankly, he had the right to be there because when XCW ended, he was the current international title holder.
Gotcha.
He was defending his title
for the final time.
So, but yeah, I mean, but everybody's seen how, you know, that match went.
Well, and also as well, the other reason why it was there is because he played there to say goodbye to all the fans who we couldn't say goodbye to the night before. Because if I'm correct, it was just in front of the wrestlers and the staff, and not the fans as well.
No, I mean, I really do think on behalf of XCW, I really do thank the XCW Galaxy, the fans, the supporters, the subscribers, all that, man, just getting the name out there. You know, if it wasn't for, you know, them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have the encouragement to go forward. We wouldn't, you know, I mean, yeah, we do a skit here, you know, skit there and just get together, but we wouldn't actually, you know, perform a show. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys, you know, didn't have the confidence on going out there. They're like, man, and they're just so afraid of messing up, even with the new guys, the rookies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, just take a step at a time. You know, because we're never going to put a rookie with a rookie. You know, that's just a mess up waiting to happen.
Yes, because two untrained people going face to face could end badly.
Yeah, very badly. I mean, because, you know, the basics, you know, lockups, bumps, hits, kicks, you know what I'm saying? That's what we normally train the guys in first. But, I mean, if we can actually get, just like Friday, just this past Friday, we actually had a whole training day, and it took us a while to get the ring up. You know, we didn't follow the instructions and whatnot, you know. We were treating a backer ring. We were treating a backer ring as a professional ring.
Gotcha. Well, that was a week ago today. That was a week ago today. But apparently it took like 7 hours to set the ring up. But like 7 hours of commercial-free football on the NFL network. But like, what, isn't it? 7 hours took you to do that. Imagine that happened during the NFL season.
7 hours out in the sun, it definitely takes a toll on you.
Yeah, but imagine that happened during the NFL season. You would have missed the whole football games.
Oh my god.
But luckily it didn't.
Oh, it was horrible. No, it actually came out really good. I mean, we figured out the problem, and, you know, we adjusted that, and it's just the ring held up very nicely.
That's good. Well,
the ropes, the only problem that we had with the ropes weren't, you know, anytime that we tighten up, you know, the middle or bottom rope, the top rope would get loose, you know, because the ring was sitting at an angle with the beam poles, where the turnbuckles are.
Yeah.
You know, so we tore it down the next day, show day. We positioned the ring where it's supposed to be, tightened everything down the way it's supposed to be, and it held up, and it was absolutely amazing. And we actually had a decent crowd.
That's good.
Know? And yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was really awesome.
I'm just hoping that it won't take 7 hours to build the ring either now. Hopefully. No. We got it packed down now. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to get up really early in the morning to set the ring up.
There was a few guys that got there about 8 in the morning.
Yes, because I've seen the post. I've seen the post about up early to get ready. You know, that is plenty of time in case it might take a lot of hours to set the thing up.
Yeah.
Did you go? Did you go, or were you still in bed at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I was like in bed. You know, I didn't get up until like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, oh man, I was supposed to be there at 8. Oh God, no. You know, but yeah, I mean, I got there. You know, and they already had the frame, the boards, the padding, the canvas. You know, they had everything up there. All that they had left was to tighten up the ropes, and hopefully that the ropes were, you know, going to stay tight after, you know, we tweaked them up a little bit. Yeah. And they did. You know, we had the stage. Oh yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Now I just want to say that XCW might have some competition now. I do apologize for this, but there is some backyard promotions who have subscribed to my channel. These all include and all have been on my show at some point. I will start off with my first ever one, DBW, based in, I think it's based in near Maryland, and it's run by Mr. Judgment. He is the owner and founder of DBW. I don't know if you heard of Mr. Judgment.
Yeah. I've never heard of him, you know, but I've heard of some of the guys that we are the longest running backyard company. Thank you. Besides some guys that are in Canada.
Yes.
You know, and their editing is.
I will get to somebody in Canada. You might know them. So DBW, Mr. Judgment has subscribed to my channel, so he might watch this, and he might do a video on his channel to challenge XCW, because he has done that with other channels before. So he might challenge you, just to warn you, and your company. He might do that, so just be aware of that. Another channel who have been on the show is Extreme Trampoline Wrestling, but now have changed their name to, on their recent video, Extreme Trampoline Championship Wrestling. They are based also on the East Coast as well, and they also subscribe to me. They are quite a good lot of guys. They like to just have fun and like to put on a good show for the audience as well, like you do. So maybe, you never know, you two might bump into each other on my show or something. You never know what will happen.
Right.
And then finally, we have UBW based in Canada, to say.
Yes. Yeah. Those guys, man.
Do you know about UBW? Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually seen quite a bit of their videos, man, and I love the setup. You know, the guys, the gimmicks, the promos, dude. Their promos are awesome.
Yes, and you know? The owner of that company, Malik, I think his name is, he appeared on my show a couple months back, and he told myself and my panel that he likes to do crazy stuff in UBW.
Yeah.
And also, before I interrupt you there, one of my panelists thought that he was a woman when he first came on my show. Yeah.
What?
Because of his hair, because he had his hair down in front of his face, so no one knew.
Right.
So one of them said, "Is that a woman or a man?"
I just hope that was a gimmick.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it was a gimmick. Yeah, it's a gimmick.
Okay. Right. Yeah. I just hope that was a gimmick, because I don't have anything against like
No,
transgenders.
no, me either. No, me either.
I mean,
He just assumed it
by
was.
any means, you express yourself however you want, man. You
Yeah.
live your life. You live your life to the fullest.
Exactly,
You-
exactly. No,
And
he did assume that he was a woman because of the hair when he appeared on the show, because that was probably his gimmick of his hair
right.
when he came on, and he assumed it was a woman. But I said no, he's a man.
Well, I was like, wow, that's something new.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
it happened live as well, with about many viewers watching. So it happened live,
Oh,
uncut.
that's awesome.
So I couldn't do anything about it. So there's about some competitions for you. You probably won't hear nothing from UBW or XCW, but you might hear something from Mr. Judgment as well.
Cool. And and about the whole trampoline company.
Oh yes.
I don't have anything against
No.
the trampolines, because we used to wrestle on trampolines.
Mhm.
We wrestled on mattresses, and with everybody that pitched in, and we actually found a guy that seeing how a couple of the indie guys treat the yarders.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because quite frankly, if I'm not mistaken, quote me if I'm wrong, but the infamous hardcore legend, I'm about to say XCW Hall of Famer, the WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley
Yes.
started in the backyard.
Yes. Yes.
And a lot of these indie guys started in the backyard, But then when they have 5 to 10 years into the business, and being in the pro circuit, they're like, well, I used to be in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? I got the proper training. Blah, blah. I've been trained by quite a few of the indie guys, and me and Brandon Hobbs actually went down to IWA Mid-South in Clarksville, Indiana.
Yeah, where CM Punk, where Chris Hero, and many other fantastic wrestlers who wrestle and appear there.
Right. And like I said, I have nothing against trampolines, man, by any means, man. It doesn't matter what you wrestle on or where you wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
You do it for the love of the sport.
Yeah, and they are saving up to get a wrestling ring.
Awesome.
That's what the owner does say. Him and his guys are saving up to buy a wrestling ring. So
awesome, man.
Hopefully they can get one to improve their product and get even more fans on their product. But back to XCW, however, that's the whole why we got you here. Looking forward to the next show. I think there's one at near the end of this month, in 2 weeks.
April 29th.
Yeah, yes. April 29th. For you, I can't wait to see what match you will be in. Looking forward to see what.
I haven't got that far.
Exactly, but I'm looking forward to see what Josh brings you. I'm looking forward to see what Josh puts you in next.
Right. Yeah. I really don't know. I mean, we know about maybe a week beforehand. And most of the times, man, we don't really have a script.
Yeah.
It's just we've been doing this for so long. Is that we know each other's moves, and we know the setup.
Indeed. We do.
We just wing it, man, and we perform one hell of a show.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I mean, there's going to be hopefully quite a bit of training sessions before the next show. Because we want to get the newcomers in trained as well.
Yeah.
And especially with the New Age Championship that's going on, we're having brackets and like squash matches, really, and I have no idea who's going to win the New Age. Period. I don't. But whoever does, kudos to them.
Yeah.
And
best of luck. Best of luck to all the athletes involved in that tournament, and make the best man win. As I say.
Yeah,
now, one question I want to ask: since this is the 21st century now, as you probably know already for the past 17 years,
right.
and since the women are now, getting up there, will we ever again? You may not know the answer to this question, but do you think you will ever see any women talent in XCW? Because I know there's already one person, I believe, or 2 people one or two people in XCW already who are females.
Right.
Do you think
Yeah.
any?
Yeah, there's two. I mean, my thing is that, I mean, yeah, you may never know for sure, but there's always that famous saying, man, never say never.
Exactly. Would you like to see more females wrestling
Almost.
in XCW?
I mean, like I said, we are not a sexist group. You know what I mean? I mean, if there's talent out there, please come. Show us what you can do. Show us what you can bring to the table, and we will definitely work it out. I mean, if you need some training on certain spots, then most definitely we will help you.
Yes. Well,
You know
back to my.
I mean, we're always looking for new raw talent.
Mm-hmm. And speaking about Mr. Judgment, he has wrestled in both indie and backyard, and he has said, I think on my show, that he prefers backyard rather than indie. He said he's done both, and he prefers backyard. Apparently, that's what Mr. Judgment said. That's his opinion, though.
I think, man, I think that a lot of the reasons why an indie guy would prefer the backyard is not so much as the publicity thing, but once you get your name in that indie circuit, as a pro star. Mm-hmm. And then you eventually, branch out of the indie circuit to go to the backyard, your fans will always follow.
Yeah.
Regardless. I mean, if you perform that good for the crowd to be in awe, they're going to follow you no matter what.
Yeah, indeed.
So, yeah, but like I said, I think a lot of guys do that because, for one, the publicity, for two, money situations, not getting paid enough. Yeah, man, why would I do this? If I was to ever go in the indie circuit, and I know this may be live, but if I ever, decide to go to the indie circuit, I wouldn't want to get paid for it because I already do it for free. I do it for the love of the sport.
There you are.
I love to perform.
And that's what leading to the next question was. I was going to ask you, would you transition from backyard to indie?
Eventually, not in the near future. Mm-hmm. There's still a lot of things that I don't know that I would definitely love to train more on.
Yeah.
But
and my final question for you is: do you prefer being a face wrestler or a heel wrestler?
The basic questions.
Well,
yeah.
It's for my viewers to get to know you a bit more,
Right, yeah, most definitely. No, not a problem. I play it so well either way. Like as a face, I'm pretty boy, fan favorite. As a heel, my gimmick is Tommy the Man Merriman. I make things personal. I did a skit with a guy named Psycor, and I was the international champion. Let bygones be bygones, and actually we cut a promo to where I go to his house and he was out back, with his dog. And he's like, hey, well, what are you doing here? I'm like, hey, man, I'm here, to call a truce. I'm actually here to invite you for dinner. He's like, no, I don't know. He's like, man, you have to come for dinner. I'm making my most famous chili, man. It's a secret family recipe. I said, would you accept? He's like, what the hell? Sure. I'm like, all right, man, I'll see you tonight. Cool. He goes inside. Well, it looks like I left. But I come back around the corner, and I steal his dog.
Oh.
Right? And I take his dog with me. Well, and then it cuts to later that night, I'm in my, little apron, kiss the cook or, whatever.
Yeah.
Psycor knocks on my door. I open it. I'm like, well, come on in. And, he sits down, I hit the remote and play some, some romantic music, like, da, 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 and, yeah, it's really funny, bro. And then, I put some chili in the bowl and I give it to him, put my own, little herbs and spices in there. And, he's eating. He's like, oh, my God, this is amazing. He's like, dude, this is the best chili I've ever had. I said, well, thank you. You know, you make me blush. Quit. You know, and but what he didn't realize is that there was a bunch of packages of meat just all over my counter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And uh, and I forgot to mention this in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
His dog's name was Princess, right? Well, he goes, man, this meat is very tasteful. Like the flavor, like the texture. It is I've never tasted any meat like this before. I'm like, really? I said, well, they have a name for this meat. He's like, what's that? I said, it's called Princess. He's like, what? And then he starts spitting out, and I just start beating his butt, man.
In your house.
In my own house.
Oh wow! I hope nothing broke.
Oh yeah, no. Luckily, nothing did. But and no dogs. Just for everybody, no concern. Yes. I'm not that brutal of a person. I am an animal lover. No pets were hurt during that skit. I promise you.
That's good. And I hope he got his dog back as well.
Oh yeah. He definitely got his dog back. But as a heel in the face. Like I said, I play it well both way. I am definitely a crowd favorite, as you guys will see in this last show from yesterday. Yeah. Whenever it hits the YouTube.
From this past Saturday, whenever it gets posted in a week or two, probably by next Saturday, and hopefully by next Friday, we can show you hopefully the promo between hopefully the Joker and the Reaper.
Yes.
But thank you for your time this evening, for coming on the Edward Fowler Show. My first guest from XCW. Again, his name was Tommy Merriman. Thank you for appearing. Hopefully, we have more XCW talent on the show. Make sure to subscribe to XCW on YouTube. Make sure to like their Facebook page, share it with your friends. And he does mention it's all in the description below under my links to my pages where you can find me. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and of course comment with any tips and suggestions on who you want to see on the Fridays wrestling shows. Please do let me know in the comments and below. But thank you again, Tommy Merriman, and enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Bye-bye for now.